I am really, really thrilled, beyond thrilled to have our next guest. So I want to introduce her to you now. I do want to tell you a little bit about her, and she's going to tell her whole story. But she is a retired tennis pro at this young age and has an amazing business that I'm going to let her tell you about. And I can't wait to hear how she evolved from tennis pro to where she is now, but it makes a lot of sense. And she's got inspiring information for all of us. I want to introduce to you Danielle Mills. Danielle, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me, Cheryl. I'm so excited to be here with you and to talk more about all of this. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. So I have to tell you, Danielle, that I tried to play tennis once, and that's the quote, once. Unfortunately, I didn't have a good backhand. So you can't play without a good backhand. So I'd like to find out how all of this began. Tell us everything that you want us to know about you.
Yeah, so I got introduced to tennis at a really, really young age. I think my parents introduced me when I was around 3. And I knew from a very young age that I wanted to be a professional tennis player. So they actually had me go to this sports academy called Voluntary IMG Academies from the young age of 10. And I was there all through middle school and high school, basically living on this campus and training to be a pro. And I actually ended up, I turned pro at 14 and began traveling all over the world, got to compete in all these amazing tournaments. I would say that the best part about being a pro tennis player is just seeing so many different countries and so many different types of people, and just getting to learn how to interact with all of that, and just, the ability of kind of just being on your own and kind of creating your own schedule, but just knowing that, the work that you put in really does come back, because it's an individual sport, but you're traveling with this whole tour all over the world. So for me, doing that for about 10 years was my life, and that's all I knew. It was unfortunate though, but I actually had a career-ending injury with my knees and my back. And that happened around the age of like 23, 24. And it was really tough because after having double knee surgery and then coming back and trying to keep playing, it was tough because I could sense that I wasn't the same player that I used to be. And my movement really started to suffer. And I realized, I need to do something else. So that's how I kind of retired from tennis and then got into my next thing that I'm doing, which is really just helping people with their mindset and kind of bringing that championship mindset that I have from sports into coaching and developing others and helping them reach their potential. So that's what I love doing now.
Well, that, again, to me, that just works hand in hand, because you grew up and you said at a very young age, at 3 years old, a lot of people don't know at 3 years old what they're going to be doing. They just want to be a kid. But, some of us do have that instinct. And I'm so happy for you that you got to experience all of this. You lived on a campus at a very young age. I mean, you grew up, in a sense, really before a lot of kids do. Did you get to have a childhood as well?
Yeah, so I wouldn't trade my childhood for anything. A lot of people always ask me, oh, did you miss out on this and on that? And, I may have missed out on a lot of the, stereotypical public school type things, because in the environment that I was in, I would pretty much only go to school for maybe 2 to 3 hours a day, only take the core classes. And then the rest of my days were just spent training. So I would spend like 3 to 4 hours in school and then like 6 to 7 hours every day training, doing physical conditioning, mental conditioning, and just focusing on being a professional. And the environment that I was in was catered to that. So it was really a dream getting to live in an environment surrounded by other athletes that are all, focusing on that and getting to do that. So I think my childhood was, even though it's not traditional, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
That's amazing. Well, you've got incredible discipline. And this is, to me, what you're saying that you're teaching. Can you tell us the name of your company, first of all, please?
Yes. So my company is called Headstrong, and it's just really derived from the ability of having a strong mindset and really taking that champion's mindset and applying it to everyday life. So what I do is I work with individuals, companies, businesses, and I just help people kind of create a plan of how they can reach their potential, because most people are holding themselves back with their limiting beliefs. And I really kind of strip that all away and get people to focus on within and their own abilities, and then really push that forward so that they can reach their potential through all of the activities and things that we do in our trainings with them.
So how were you able, excuse me, how were you able to get the name out? Now, was it because you entered in as former tennis pro and a lot of people knew you, et cetera? How did you do that? Because that's amazing that you've made this business grow. I know that you travel between the East and the West so much, and I don't even know if you travel to other countries, but I know I'm either getting you on the East Coast or the West Coast when we talk. So how did all of that happen?
Yeah, so I really focused on when I was retiring from tennis, and I knew, so like I knew I was going to retire probably a year or so before it happened. I started to sense that, my body wasn't functioning the way I wanted it to, and I started to not play at the same level. So I already started to make connections. I already started to kind of build up my social media and begin to do things so that when I decided to create Headstrong, I already was a visible person on social media and starting to make content. So what I really did was I started putting out videos, and I really started sharing what my mindset's all about and my thought process around things. And people really resonated with that, because I was basically taking something simple as what's your morning routine, or are you doing affirmations, or are you practicing gratitude? And I was putting that into video, and then people were giving me such positive responses that I was like, wow, maybe I should teach this. And that's kind of where it all came to be. Because then I realized, okay, not everybody thinks this way, but a lot of people never had the mental conditioning and the training that I had for so many years. So that's really where I was like, let me take my background and turn it into a business to help others. And that's kind of how it all came to be with Headstrong.
Yeah, and you basically said it. You were and you are. Doesn't matter if you're a retired pro tennis player or not. You're a champion, and you were a champion professionally. And so you're teaching other people, from what I'm gathering, to champion themselves, to get out of that place of being stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, how amazing. I mean, it came with a simple question, like, do you do affirmations every day? What do you eat for breakfast, et cetera, et cetera? It just came from the simplicity of that,
Mm-hmm.
that you had so many people responding to you and growing, within every single post that you did. Now, how many followers do you actually have?
I would say that LinkedIn at this point is probably my largest following. I have close to like 29,000 on there. Instagram, I think I'm around the 25,000 range. So with my following, what I really try to do is just do a lot of video, be as engaging as possible, and really try to connect with my audience, because really I'm no different than anybody else. It's just, this is the way I've been for so long. I'm very routine oriented. And a lot of the things that I do most of the things I do can be taught. And that's what I love to do, is to kind of coach and develop others so that they can reach their potential and also not hold themselves back. Because with a lot of the people I work with, that's the number one thing that I hear is they have these goals, they have these dreams, they want to do things, but their own mindset and their own negative thoughts are preventing them from reaching that. So I kind of have to like break away all of that callus that's been there for years and get them to think bigger. And that's kind of what I love to do.
Well, words and thoughts, as you know, are very powerful. And I know
Yes.
that if we use them in a negative way, that's basically what we're going to attract. If we use them in a positive way, that's what we're going to attract. And I love that you do that, because even though people can get that logically, they can't get it here. And I know that you've got to connect the two so that you really know how to spread your wings and fly. So I think this is amazing. Now, do you have a team working with you?
So right now it's primarily myself, and my fiance helps me a lot as well. So he's more so kind of behind the scenes and I'm more so in front, but we're very much so a team with everything that we do. And a lot of the work that I do. So there's another facet of Headstrong that I want to dive into a little bit to kind of give perspective. And that's kind of the ability to help people brand themselves. And it all kind of ties together with the mindset, but that I have another division within Headstrong where I basically help people brand themselves, get recruited, get seen, get promoted, basically find opportunities that they want in their careers. And that's more so the division that my fiance helps me a lot more with. And because of that, that's where I ended up writing my first book, How to Master LinkedIn, which is really helping people in the midst of a pandemic where there's so many people that were furloughed or laid off, kind of have an opportunity to get back in the game and get what they want. And that's kind of where that all came to be. So that's like another part of Headstrong. And those two things are truly my passion, is helping people find what they want in their careers and then help people reach their potential in their lives.
And it's a blessing, Danielle, that you have such a great partner in your fiance, and he has that in you, obviously, where, you're both on the same mindset. I think it would be difficult not to be with somebody of the same mindset,
Oh, yeah.
that, has the heart and the smarts to also encourage and help people. And I'm very blessed to say that my husband does the same thing. So, that's a big deal to have somebody on your side.
Oh, yes. It's so crucial because doing it with somebody else, you're just as stronger. It's like you're a team versus if you didn't have that support, it'd be that much tougher to reach your goals. So like the two of us together, we're that much more powerful.
Definitely. And then what about the people out there, Danielle, that don't have that support, that they are that just individual?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you tell them when they don't have that person to champion them? I mean, you're obviously that person, but what do you tell them so that they can really, dig down and know that they can do what they're really wanting to do in life?
Yeah, I would say the one thing that I recommend for people to do is do a ton of self-development. So the person that you're seeing here today that's, sitting in front of you is somebody who spent hours and hours and thousands of hours reading so many books, going to conferences, doing so much personal development work to be this person who can speak in front of you and not be nervous. I could just tell you an easy story is back when I was in college, I used to have a fear of speaking in public. So I said, if I have a fear of speaking in public, I should probably take a public speaking course. And I did. And, I was very rusty, but I grew from that. So I would tell the person who doesn't necessarily have support to continue to do work on themselves and be the strongest, most confident person that you can be, because then you're going to attract amazing things. So whether you attract a partner or you attract a business connection or a friend, you can do it on your own. But if you just continue to work on yourself, you will continue to attract great things. And that's the biggest advice I'd give, is always work on yourself first.
I just want to say to everybody out there that's listening, and I pray that you're all listening, because this is such great information. And especially now, having gone through what we've all gone through for the last year and a half, it's affected people greatly. And so, as you said, there's been job loss, there's been people having to reinvent themselves from home and do all of these different things that they never did before. But I love the fact that you said, master something that scares you.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a great term called do it afraid. And I love that, because that's exactly what you're saying. So if you don't think that you're a great speaker, or you don't think that you're a great dancer, or whatever it is, and you have to do a movie and you have to dance, then you have to really bone up on these different things. And the fact that, again, Danielle was really raised with a lot of discipline doing what you did in tennis, that really, really helped you. But I love the fact that you said, I feared this. I knew I had to master it. And I know that that's what you're teaching. And oh my gosh, you're really helping to develop some fabulous, fabulous things for people. So thank you.
No, thank you. It's so nice hearing you reiterate that. It's amazing. And that's what brings me the most joy is, and I tell this to everybody, because there's so many people who are unhappy where they are, whether it be in their careers and their relationships and where they are in their life. And what I always like to tell people is, what is your true passion? If you could do anything for the rest of your life and not, get paid for it, and it's just truly what you enjoy doing, what is that? And if you can tap into that and you can really hone in on that, wow, it's so powerful, because the ability to do what you're passionate about and turn that into a career, or into a business, or into a side hustle, that is how you can kind of live a fulfilled life and truly be called to do something. And I'm really blessed that I do that every single day, but I always try to help others with that, because there's so many people who are just unhappy with their current situation. But the first step is you have to take action. You can't just talk about being unhappy. You have to create a plan to get out of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And there used to be a saying to do what you love and the money will follow, which is exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
So, find that thing that you love to do. If you're a craft person, you love to create crafts, you like to, make blankets, whatever you do that you love, this is the person to help you. If you don't know how and you're floundering and you're trying to figure it out, this is the person that's really going to help you. I would love everybody to like and share, first of all, please, because I want you to be able to share this with friends and family that you love, that you care about, that need to get this message. How do we get in touch with you?
So the easiest way to get in touch with me is to just Google my name, Danielle Mills, and all of my links will pop up. I have one that will just take you to everything. You can easily find my book on Amazon. Just search for my name and it'll pop right up, How to Master LinkedIn. And I'm basically the same on all my platforms. It's just Danielle Mills and it'll come right up. So you can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can follow me on Instagram and all other social media platforms. But that's the easiest way to connect with me.
Well, that's excellent because I want everybody to find you. I want people that are struggling out there, as I said, that just don't know what to do with themselves right now. But there's something in them, there's a business in them that they can create that they just haven't figured it out yet. This is the person, Danielle Mills, that can take you over the top and really teach you how to be disciplined and think in a way that you may not be thinking right now. And this is what I really love about her. And I love the fact also that she is beautiful inside and outside. You can absolutely see and you can hear beautiful inside. I mean, what a combo, what a package. And you can be that package too. So I believe that Danielle can help you in every aspect of your life. So I'm very, very grateful for this. And also, we're going to talk about your journey now with clientele, kind of an interesting segue, but why you decided to do this with me and what results have you seen?
Yes, absolutely. Now, for one, I got introduced to clientele by my really good friend Gail, who's another ambassador of yours, who's just a phenomenal
Yes.
woman who I've had the opportunity to work with, and she's just been great. And ever since she connected me with you and I began to try these amazing products, I've really felt just a lot of smoothness and just feeling good from the inside out. I'll preface this by saying, and I talked to you about this, I was the worst when it came to skincare routines. So my biggest problem was I just never stuck to anything. I would get lazy. I'd fall asleep with makeup on. I would forget to wash my face. Like I was like the quintessential not a good candidate for a skincare line person. But I really took the time and focused and said, you know what? I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to do it. And I can tell you that it's been a really, really great experience. My favorite product, and I have it here, is this. It's actually the soy cleanser. Put it back here. The soy cleanser. This is the one that I use twice a day, and I have it in the shower with me so I don't forget. And I just love the way it smells, the fact that it's so light and soft, and I just love the way it makes my skin feel. That's 100% my favorite product. And then my second favorite, now that I know all about it, is the age blocker, because I am always out in the sun. And if I forget to put this on, I'm actually preventing, with putting this on, I'm actually allowing myself to have the sun protection that I need, because it's so easy to forget to put sunscreen on. But if it's in your moisturizer, it makes it that much easier. So I've been using this in conjunction and I've really noticed a big difference. But those two are definitely my favorites.
Well, I have to say, everybody, that this is really a really good lesson too, because if you're that person that just does not want to do this, it's like, I don't want to commit to anything. And it's too much work and it's too overwhelming. It's too much hassle. You'd be surprised when you do something that literally will take you minutes, what the results will be. And it's amazing when you look at Danielle and you think, here's a woman that probably has every product in her bathroom. She
For
stays in the
hair.
bathroom for what?
I said for my hair, at least. Tons
For
of
her
products.
hair. Okay, so we found that secret out about you, but and I think we all have things for our hair too. But if you're not paying attention to your skin, it's so funny how we look at people and we think they have a totally different life. than they might. People would look at you and go, wow, she's got every major skincare and she's in the bathroom for an hour a night, an hour in the morning, because you look so healthy and you look so beautiful. And I know that you believe about not only taking care of yourself from the outside, which you're now doing, so thank you so much. You're taking care of yourself from the inside. You're supplementing and you're doing things that will really reflect on the outside what's going on in the inside, because you've got such a travel schedule. It's crazy. So tell us about the supplements.
Yeah. So for me, that was also something, is getting in the routine of taking something on a day-to-day basis. And I love the fact that Clientele makes it so easy, with the supplements, that you're getting all of those nutrients. For me, I find that taking them on a day-to-day basis makes me feel a lot better. I'm somebody who eats primarily pretty healthy overall, but I know I need additional vitamins and nutrients that I'm not going to get just from food alone. So by taking the supplements, I've really noticed my energy is a little bit better and that I'm sleeping a lot better as well. So I really enjoy those too.
Well, that's fantastic, because especially when, a person like Danielle does all the travel that she does. And right now, travel is a little scary. We really have to keep our immune system strong.
Yes.
This is very, very important. And because you've got a lot to give, you've got a lot to offer, you've got a lot to expend, of yourself. And if you're that person also that is doing something like this, where you're really giving a lot, you're really giving a lot of yourself to your family, to your business, whatever it is, you need to take care of your immune system. It is not just essential, it's critical. And not only is it going to help you in that way, but as you said, it's going to give you the energy and the stamina that you need to move yourself through the day, do everything that you have to do, accomplish it, and sleep better at night. I am excited that you committed to this and did something that was kind of out of your comfort zone, and that you're getting such wonderful results. I'm so grateful that you took this journey with me. And thank you, Gail Gensler, our brand ambassador that we really, really love, for recommending another incredible person. We're just so, so happy. Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you so much, Cheryl, for having me on and just allowing me to share my story. I'll say one last thing about Clientele Skincare is, what I love the most is when I walk around with no makeup and people tell me, wow, you're glowing. And I'm like, wow, people didn't say that before. So I feel like it's definitely the skincare. And I just did a mask yesterday, so I feel like I'm glowing even more for you today. But it's really, the products are really phenomenal. And I can't wait for everybody to get to try them if you haven't already, because they are really, really good.
Well, thank you for that, because it's funny that you say that. Gail, our mutual friend and brand ambassador, always says, I'm getting my glow on. And she calls it her hero product, the mask. And every time I go on camera to talk to all of you and have you join in our show, I always do the mask, because it makes such a difference in the way the skin lifts and the pores are refined and the skin tone is even. It just makes a huge difference. So it's something that both Danielle and I are encouraging you to do. I also want you, everybody out there, not only to like and share everything that Danielle is, but to call us too at 800-327-4660, 800-327-4660. That's how to get in touch with us, so that I can do for you what I did for Danielle, which was a personal, in-depth consultation. And I think I grilled you. I asked you a lot of questions.
A lot of questions, but it was good because you got to know me, my lifestyle, my skin, and you were able to recommend the best things. So a consultation is so necessary, so you know exactly what to do.
Thank you so much. And can you please leave us with a valuable, because everything that you've said here has been so valuable, not just about clientele, but everything that you have to share with, really, again, spurning people's passion on. Can you leave us with one great nugget that we can take with us?
Yeah. So the one nugget that I want to leave with everybody, and everybody can do this starting tonight, is before you go to bed, take out a little notebook and just write 5 things that you're grateful for. And those 5 things that you can write down could be literally anything, but we have so many amazing things to be grateful for. The fact that we're here right now and we're living in this moment But just write down some things that you're grateful for. And I promise you, when you wake up the next day, you'll feel that much better. So definitely practice your gratitude and write down your 5 things.
That's phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't have thought of anything better myself. So gratitude, 1,000,000%, it changes lives. It does. And that's exactly what Danielle is saying. Danielle, you're going to be married pretty soon, right? The next couple of months?
Yep. In I think the second week of November. So yeah, it's coming around the corner.
All right. So everybody, let's pray for an amazing wedding. We already know she has an amazing life with her precious fiance because they are on the same page. So let's pray for that. It's going to be beautiful and an incredible life together. And I just want to say thank you for being with us today. I will be thinking about you in November. I know we're going to be talking a lot before then. And everybody, blessings to you. Thank you for joining us. And we're going to be back Tuesday with a live with me for some fun tip that I'm going to give you. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll find out tomorrow night. And we're going to see you next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another phenomenal guest with a whole different story. Danielle, thank you so much again, and blessings to you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.